Hey guys, Bobo Rocket here with another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. Feeling a little under the weather today, but EA Jesse just tweeted this out, so let's check it out. There's a lot more to this update than we were originally told, so let's check it out. Alright, so we'll go to the actual update post here in just a second, but as you can see in the newsletter now, the update has pushed out. So they're introducing the Lord of Hunger, a 4-part event. In the first 3 events, fight alongside Darth Nihilus, the Sith Trooper, and the Sith Assassin. In the final event, bring your best squad to fight against them, so that'll be cool. We're going to fight on the same side. The events unlock at 20 with 4 tiers of difficulty: 20, 40, 60, and 80. There are no restrictions on the characters you may put in your squad, so bring your most powerful characters to earn shards for Darth Nihilus, Sith Trooper, and Sith Assassin. So that's interesting. There was some predictions out there as to what the other 2 characters were going to be. I was tending to think that it was just going to be 2 existing characters. Other people thought, like myself, that if it was going to be somebody new, it could be Traya or Scion, but they went with somebody a little bit more generic, which that's cool. Doing some new rotations and chromium packs, free to play, don't care. They're putting out a Kylo Ren ship, which is pretty awesome, and you'll need Kylo Ren, Captain Phasma, and First Order Stormtrooper to pilot that ship, so that's pretty sweet. And then Sif Balance Changes, that was a big one. We covered that one in the video yesterday. I'll put that down in the description below and put a card up above in case you missed that one. And then there's the new characters. Darth Nihilus is a powerful support character that buffs his Sith allies and can instantly defeat an enemy after a number of rounds using the ability Annihilation. The Sith Assassin is able to stealth and uses powerful attacks to stun enemies, while the Sith Trooper is able to taunt and ignores enemy protection when attacking. That's pretty rad. So let's go, which the bundle's out. Let's see if, wrong spot. Let's see if that's ridiculously priced. Oh, it's just straight cash, homie. Ugh. Yeah. Not worth it. At least in my opinion, anyway. And then, yeah. Jedi pack. Okay, so let's go in and look at the rest of the updates. Peace is a lie. This February, embrace your passion. Through passion you gain strength. Through strength you gain power. And with that power, the dark side will rise victorious. Alright, so new Sith characters make their way. Yada yada yada. Sith support that can instantly defeat enemies by draining cooldowns. That's interesting. And that must be what his Drain Force ability is. I was pretty stoked to see that I kind of called that one. I'm sure it was pretty obvious if you knew anything about Darth Nihilus. He was going to have either an ability called Drain Force or Force Drain, one of the 2. But that's pretty awesome. And then Sith Trooper, Sith Tank, who taunts and ignores enemy protection. And Sith Assassin, elusive Sith Attacker with stealth synergy. Ships, Kylo Ren's Command Shuttle. Durable First Order support with unparalleled ability to manipulate allied turn meter. New content, Moraband Sith Temple, and they're going to add the Jedi Knight Sentinel for PvE, so I'm sure he's just going to be somebody that they put in some of the tables to fight against. Captain Phasma rework. She's a tad late, detour to the trash chute perhaps, but Captain Phasma is finally here to round off the updates to the First Order faction. Phasma's Victory March ability will now be prioritized over other abilities while under AI control. We've also expanded her Zeta ability, Fire at Will, which now grants First Order allies advantage for 2 turns at the start of each encounter and prevents them from being critically hit while they have advantage, in addition to previous bonuses. So that's pretty awesome. Victory March ability will now, that's the same thing I just said. And then here's all the updates to the Sith characters that they reworked, which we covered in that last video, so we'll kind of skim over and head down here. Lord of Hunger pack. Once you make it through the Lord of Hunger event, level up your Sith with one of the available packs in the store. These packs also include credits and ability materials, plus a chance for an Omega ability material. Please note that there are 3 distinct and separate packs listed. We'll see what they do with the price on those. Each pack guarantees at least 5 shards for one themed character with a chance to get up to 30. Kylo Ren Command Shuttle Bundle. So you get a bunch of shards of people and a bunch of blueprints. We'll see what that costs. It's probably going to be like 3,000 crystals. And then more packs. Chromium updates if you're into that kind of thing. They're cycling some characters in and out. So you can see there listed. That's the list of people who are coming out of Chromiums. And then Chirrut, Emway, Cassian Andor, KTSO, and Jyn Erso's going in. Here's one. Ally points. We're discontinuing tournaments for the foreseeable future. Given this change, we will be removing ally points from the following locations: galactic war shipments and daily activities. But why? How? Explanation? Fret not. Our handy-dandy CJ Top Hat will be posting an announcement breaking this change down further soon. So I'm curious to figure out, to find out what's going on with those. What are they going to do with the ally points? Fixed a language bug for German text. Excuse me, some other bugs. Anakin Skywalker fixed an issue where Anakin's base attack deft blade work was not correctly applying buff immunity to the target unless the healing immunity was also applied. I feel like I'd seen that before, so that's nice that they fixed that. Boba Fett leader turn meter gain from thermal detonators on ally side now correctly gives 15% instead of 10%. Darth Maul Whirling Blades now applies the day's effect before determining if a unit can counterattack or not. Darth Vader Inspiring Through Fear will no longer reduce turn meter twice on attacks from characters who are both Empire and Sith. Darth Vader Inspiring Through Fear will no longer reduce turn meter when attacks are evaded. Death Trooper Counter Chance Reduction from days inflicted by Trackdown will now properly expire when days expires. Death Trooper Death Mark inflicted by Terminate will now expire when the affected unit is defeated. Death Trooper fixed an issue with the Death Trooper's shadow missing. He seems like he had a lot of bugs. Director Krennic fixed an issue where the ability block inflicted by Director of Advanced Weapons Research could fail to apply. Emperor Palpatine fixed an issue that could cause Emperor of the Galactic Empire to grant double health and turn meter on attacks beyond the first within one turn. Geonosian Soldier fixed a bug that prevented the damage bonus on GS's Swarm ability from stacking with offense up. Jawa Scavenger and HK-47 will no longer apply defense down when the attack is evaded. Rex fixed a bug that could allow the bonus damage inflicted by Subdue ability to trigger effects that trigger on receiving damage from attack, and Savage Press fixed an issue with buffs from Savage's unique ability persisting through phases. General abilities. Units that can apply offense down no longer apply it to targets that evade. That's good. Critical damage up. Buff tooltip now correctly states that it gives plus 50% crit damage. And healing immunity debuff now correctly blocks protection healing. That's awesome. Ships fixed an issue where the TIE Reaper was removing enemy capital ship turn meter even after he was defeated. And raids, they just made the enrage timer way worse. They also gain 100% accuracy, inflict a permanent healing immunity when they damage enemies with attacks, in addition to the greatly increased offense they already received. And what's ahead, this one I thought was somewhat interesting. Our next update will focus on quality of life improvements in the game. So one could speculate on what that's going to be. Is it going to have something to do with the chat? It could be a lot of stuff, so I'm curious to see what's going to happen with that one. So let's go over and see if Dude Guy Man is, I would assume he is. Let's see, there's the Sith Trooper. Ooh, look at that guy. He looks like he's in a bad mood. And these will just be level 1 abilities, but they're worth looking at. His basic: deal physical damage to a target enemy with a 40% chance to inflict defense down for 2 turns. So obviously that percentage will go up, and they'll probably add another ability to that. That's pretty rad. Crimson Barrage: deal physical damage to all enemies with a 40% chance to inflict offense down for 1 turn. This attack ignores protection. And how would you say that? Vikings Legacy. Sith Trooper has a plus 40% defense Whenever a Sith ally uses a special ability or falls below 50% health, Sith Trooper gains defense up for 2 turns. If he already had defense up, he gains taunt for 2 turns, and it won't let me scroll up on that, so... Oh, there it goes. If he already had taunt, he gains retribution for 2 turns. That's gnarly. And then... Sith Assassin. Look at that. Exploit weakness, deal physical damage to target enemy and inflict evasion down for 2 turns if the target was already debuffed, gain stealth for 2 turns. If Sith Assassin already had stealth, ignore the target's protection. Wow. Dark Shroud, dispel all debuffs from Sith Assassin and gain stealth and foresight for 2 turns. If she already had stealth, gain speed up and tenacity up for 2 turns. Sith allies gain 4% turn meter for each buff on her. And Electrocute, deal physical damage to target enemy and inflict stun for 1 turn. And that looks like that's just straight up. That's not a percent chance. You just stun for 1 turn. If Sith Assassin already had stealth, dispel all buffs from Sith Assassin and deal 5% more damage for each effect dispelled and each living Sith ally. And last but not least, the man himself, Darth Nihilus. Oh, look at that guy. So rad. He's got 5 abilities. Let's check them out. These are just level 1, but it'll give us an idea. His basic, Ceaseless Craving. Deal special damage to target enemy and dispel all buffs on them. Ooh. That's nasty. Drain Force. Deal special damage to all enemies with 50% chance, doubled against debuffed enemies, to increase their cooldowns by 1. For each cooldown increased, reduce the cooldown of Annihilate by 1. Aye. Instantly defeat target. Whoa. Look at this. It's got an 8 cooldown. Instantly defeat target enemy. Nihilus gains max health equal to 40% of the target's max health. This ability can't be evaded and starts on cooldown. Holy crap. So you need to take this guy down quick. But this, let's look at this again. For each cooldown increased, reduce the cooldown of Annihilate by 1. And if these guys have debuffs, he has a 100% chance to increase their cooldowns by 1. Holy crap, if you can land that epics. So if you can get a debuff on everybody right from the start, and then hit them with Drain Force, that's going to remove the cooldown on Annihilate, and you just get to straight kill somebody. That's nuts. Lord of Hunger, this is his leader ability. Sith allies gain 30% offense and 70% health steal. Sith allies lose all protection and gain that much max health. That's interesting. Sith allies are immune to healing effects that aren't health steal and can't score critical hits. Huh. Talk about that being a give and take. And then Wound in the Force. At the start of each of his turns, Nihilus has a 70% chance to inflict damage over time for 2 turns on a random enemy that doesn't have any debuffs. If all enemies are debuffed, inflict damage over time on a random enemy. Wow. These guys seem pretty rad. I don't know about that leader ability, though. I mean, you know? That's massive offense up and massive health steal. We'll just have to play with it when the time comes. That's pretty gnarly, though. And then let's see if they put... Yep. There's the Lord of Hunger events right there. That's so rad. Battle with the Sith Trooper. Battle with the Sith Assassin. Battle with Darth Nihilus. And then battle against Darth Nihilus. This is exciting stuff. I think this guy's super awesome. So this is one of the more exciting updates in the game for me. So when does the first one start? In 7 hours? Oh, why? Oh, why? That's like 3 in the morning Eastern time. Yeah. Well, hopefully I'll get a chance to make a video first thing in the morning about that that first event there, because that seems just super fun. But wow, big things happening. So let's see. They should have applied some of the changes to our friendly Sith characters. Let's look at this one. Yep, because he's got expose on that now. So deal physical damage to all enemies and inflict damage over time and expose for 2 turns. This attack inflicts 2 additional damage over time effects on a critical hit. Wow. There's some serious theory crafting to go on with these guys. I'm going to have to take a look at these notes again and really look at some stuff. Because these Sith could be nasty. I mean, my Sith aren't super strong. If you look, I've got Palpatine. He's doing okay. Royal Guard, of course. Well, he doesn't count as Sith, though. He just counts as Empire, right? Yeah. So, anyways. But those are the updates, man. Those are awesome. I'm really excited about that event. And I'll post a video on it as soon as I possibly can. But thanks for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. I hope you found this somewhat informative and useful. Slap that like button around if you would. Subscribe if you want to be notified when I make these. Share if you want to be super awesome and help the channel out. And but of course, have fun, melt faces.